Hello everyone. In today's session, I'm going to give you an easy explanation of William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar Act 1 Scene 1. What is the setting of Act 1 Scene 1? Rome, a street. Learn the setting of each and every scene. And who are the characters present? Enter Flavius, Marulus and some citizens. Flavius और Marulus रोमन ट्रिब्यून्स है और ये दोनों रोम के उच्च सरकारी अफसर हैं. And this scene begins in medias res. The people of Rome, leaving their work, are rejoicing at Caesar's triumph over the sons of his old rival Pompey. Flavius is angry and he is rebuking the common people of Rome. Hence home. Just now, go home. You idle creatures, men wasting time, get you home. Is this a holiday? Is this a holiday is an angry way of saying that today is not a holiday. What, know you not? तुम लोगों को सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है? Being mechanical, being manual workers, you ought not walk upon a laboring day. A laboring day, a working day without the sign of your profession. Sign means working clothes and tools that give indication or sign of their trade. तुम्हें सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है? कारीगर होते हुए भी काम के दिन बेकार क्यों घूम रहे हो? जाओ अपने घरों को जाओ, अभी वापस लौट जाओ. Speak, what trade art thou? Art means are and thou means you. And he is asking the first citizen, why sir, a carpenter? Marulus is also angry. Where is thy leather apron and thy rule? Thy means your, rule means ruler. What dost thou with thy best apparel on? You sir, what trade are you? तुम लोग बढ़िया कपड़े पहन के, चमकीले कपड़े पहन के यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हो? तुम लोग अपने दुकान पे क्यों नहीं हो? काम क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो? और सेकंड सिटीजन, what trade are you? तुम बताओ, काम क्या करते हो तुम? Truly, sir, in respect of a fine workman, in respect of, in comparison with a skilled worker, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler. Cobbler has two meanings, poor workman or shoemaker. Here it means poor workman. But what trade art thou? Answer me directly. ठीक से जवाब दो. घुमा फिरा के roundabout way में क्यों बात कर रहे हो? Give me an answer directly in a straightforward manner. A trade, sir, that I hope I may use with a safe conscience, with a clear conscience, which is indeed a mender of bad souls. Dear students, learn the annotation of a mender of bad souls. Read the annotation from the screen. A mender of bad souls, repairer of shoes that have bad soles. And what are soles? Bottom parts of shoes, that is a cobbler. There is a pun. This is important. Examples of pun in this scene. There is a pun on the side of on the sound of the word sole. It has two meanings. Sole, the bottom of a shoe, and soul in a character of a person. So a mender of a soul changes a bad soul into a good soul, but a mender of a soul changes a bad man into a good man. What is the definition of pun? Read the definition of pun from here. Pun is a humorous, is a funny use of a word or similar sounding two words in two different senses. Nay, I beseech you, sir, be not out with me, be not angry with me. Yet if you be out, sir, I can mend you. If your shoes are worn out, sir, I can improve you. हुजूर, नाराज ना हो मुझसे, मैं माफी मांगता हूँ. यदि आप कहे तो आपकी सारी मरम्मत मैं कर सकता हूँ. क्या? तू मेरी मरम्मत करेगा, तू पाजी गवार आदमी? हुजूर, मैं तो आपके जूते की मरम्मत कर दूंगा. मैं तो ये कह रहा था. What meanest thou by that? Mend me, thou saucy fellow, thou cheeky fellow. Second citizen, why sir, cobble you? Thou art a cobbler, art thou? Flavius wants to know if the second citizen is a cobbler. Truly, sir, all that I live by is with the all. Again, a pun. All means cobbler's piercing tool. There is a pun on all and all. All my life depends on my all, the tool with which I earn my livelihood. Dear students, learn the word meanings and annotations. Word meanings or annotations reference to the context, questions and answers लिखने में बहुत helpful होगा. So, learn them. I meddle with no tradesman matters, nor women's matters, but with all. I am indeed, sir, a surgeon to old shoes when they are in great danger. I do not interfere with any workers' matters or any women's matters, but I am indeed a surgeon to old shoes, a doctor to old shoes when they are in great danger. In great danger means in a very bad condition. I recover them just as a doctor helps his patient to recover, to get cured. I recover the worn out shoes. As proper men as ever trod upon need's leather have gone upon my handiwork. All gentlemen who ever worked on cow's leather have walked on the work of my hands. A surgeon to old shoes, repairer of worn out shoes. Recover, another pun. Restore to health and recover means patch. Proper men, gentlemen, trod, walked and needs leather. What is the meaning of that? Leather made from the skin of an ox. मुझे और किसी आदमी के पेशे से और किसी औरत के मामलातों से कोई मतलब नहीं है. मैं तो सिर्फ अपना काम करता हूँ. जूतों का तो मैं डॉक्टर हूँ. जब ये जूते ठीक नहीं होते और पूरे बैड कंडीशन में चले जाते हैं तो मैं उन्हें ठीक कर देता हूँ. कोई भी शानदार आदमी रोम में मेरे हाथों की कारीगरी से बनाए जूते पर गर्व कर सकता है. मैं इतना अच्छा जूता बनाता हूँ. Flavius, but wherefore art not in thy shop today? तुम अपने दुकान पे क्यों नहीं हो? Why dost thou lead these men about the streets? तुम यहाँ पे streets पे क्यों घूम रहे हो? Second citizen, truly sir, to wear out their shoes, to get myself into more work. Now this is my strategy. सच बात यह है कि इनके घूमने फिरने के साथ इनके जूते फटेंगे और मुझे ज्यादा रोजी मिलेगी. So this is my strategy to get more work. But indeed, sir, we make holiday to see Caesar and to rejoice in his triumph. So these are the two reasons. Number one, to see Caesar, and number two, to rejoice in his triumph. असली वजह क्या है? आज तो साहब हम लोग छुट्टी इसलिए मना रहे हैं कि हम सीजर को देख सके और उसकी जीत की खुशियां मना सके. We want to celebrate the victory of Caesar. Merulus, wherefore rejoice? What conquest brings he home? Again, Merulus is upset here. He is frustrated, he is disappointed, and he is also angry with these men. Wherefore rejoice? What conquest brings he home? What tributaries follow him to Rome to grace in captive bonds his chariot wheels? According to Merulus, these people must not rejoice because there is no single reason why they must rejoice. What is the meaning of tributaries? Conquered chiefs or rulers of territories who pay taxes to the conqueror. Now, what conquest does he bring home? What captured enemy rulers who pay money to Rome does he bring to Rome, who adorn the wheels of his chariot by being chained to them as captives? Caesar ने तो कुछ नहीं किया है, तो तुम लोग यहाँ पे खुशियां क्यों मना रहे हो? किसी देश को जीत कर ला रहा है सीजर? क्या उनके रथ में लड़ाई के कैदी बंधे हुए हैं? तुम लोग गंवार हो और तुम लोग बुद्धू हो. You are cruel men, you have hard hearts, you are blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things, You are foolish people. Now look at the terms used by Marullus in order to describe the common people of Rome, and this shows the anger of Marullus. Knew you not Pompey? Pompey ko yaad nahi? Many a time and often have you climbed up to walls and battlements, to towers and windows, yea, to chimney tops, your infants in your arms, and there have sat the livelong day, all day long, with patient expectation to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome. Here, Marullus is trying to remind the common people of Rome about the past when they rejoiced at Pompey's return. In the present, they have forgotten all about Pompey and they are celebrating the victory of Julius Caesar over the sons of Pompey. Now, this section is very, very important. Here, this section shows the fickle-mindedness of the people of Rome. Learn this. Number 1, fickle-minded, and number 2, inconstancy. Fickle-mindedness of the common people of Rome and the inconstancy of the common people of Rome. What is the meaning of this section? So, you lifeless pieces, you stones, you worse than unfeeling objects, you hardened, cruel people, do you not know Pompey? Often, many times, you have climbed up to walls, roofs of castles, to towers, windows, to chimney tops, carrying your babies in your arms, and there you have sat the whole day, expecting patiently in order to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome. सीजर हमारे देश के लिए खुशियों का कोई सौगात नहीं लाया है और तुम पत्थर दिल इंसान हो, तुम लोग भूल गए कैसे अपने बच्चों को गोद में लेकर तुम सारा दिन खड़े रहकर पॉम्पी के जुलूस को रोम की सड़कों पर गुजरते हुए देख चुके हो. To see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome, and when you saw his chariot but appear, have you not made an universal shout? An universal shout? Have you not shouted together? That Tiber trembled underneath her banks. Tiber means river, Tiber. The Tiber River, the third longest river in Italy, runs through Rome. So, that Tiber trembled underneath her banks to hear the replication. The meaning of replication, echo of your sounds made in her concave shores. Concave shores, hollow banks. So, often, many times you have climbed up to walls and roofs of castles, to towers, windows, to chimney tops, carrying your babies in your arms, and there you have sat the whole day expecting patiently in order to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome. We have discussed this, and the moment you saw his chariot appear, you have made a shout together so loudly that the river Tiber trembled under its banks on hearing the echo of the shouts you made on its overhanging shores. And do you now put on your best attire, and do you now call out a holiday? Make this working day a holiday? And do you now strew flowers in his way that comes in triumph over Pompey's blood? What is the meaning of Pompey's blood? Sons of Pompey. What are you doing now? You are putting on your best clothes, and you have obtained a holiday, and you are also throwing flowers in the way of the person who comes in victory over Pompey's sons. आज तुम लोग नए नए कपड़े पहन के, शानदार कपड़े पहन के सच कर आए हो. आज का दिन तुम छुट्टी का दिन मना रहे हो, और आज तुम उसके स्वागत में, उसके रास्तों में फूल फेंक रहे हो जो पॉम्पी के बेटों का खून बहाकर आया है. जाओ, बी गॉन. अपने घरों में जाकर बैठो, घुटनों के बल खुदा की इबादत करो और उनसे माफी मांगो. उनसे माफी मांगो और तुम पर कोई महामारी न झपट पड़े, इसकी प्रार्थना करो. Go home, run to your houses, go down on your knees and pray to the gods to delay the punishment. that will certainly fall on this ingratitude shown to Pompey. This is important. Intermit, delay, light on to lessen this ingratitude. Ingratitude shown by the people of Rome towards Pompey. What does Flavius ask the common people to do? Merulus asks them to pray to God, and Flavius tells them to go, good countrymen. And for this fault, what is the fault? Ungratefulness shown towards Pompey. Assemble all the poor men of your sort, draw them to Tiber banks, and weep your tears into the channel till the lowest stream do kiss the most exalted shores of all. Gather all the poor men of your category, lead them to the banks of the river Tiber, and weep so much that your tears fall into the river until the lowest part of the river rises so much that it touches the highest parts of the bank. Exeunt all the commoners. See, I told you that these people are fickle-minded. As soon as they are scolded, they go away. See whether their basest metal, humble spirits, be not moved. They vanish tongue-tied. Very important. What is the reaction of the common people? They disappear. They go home tongue-tied, silently, in their guiltiness. They are perhaps feeling guilty, according to Flavius. Go you down that way towards the Capitol. This way will I disrobe the images if you do find them decked with ceremonies. This section is very important. What is the Capitol? The temple of Jupiter, the chief god, on the Capitoline hill. Here, Flavius wants Merulus to go down that way towards the Capitol, and he will go in the opposite direction and take off the things covering the statues if you find them covered with ceremonies, with decorations. And now, Merulus, may we do so? He is a little bit hesitant. You know, it is the feast of Lupercal, a great fertility feast held on 15th February in honor of god Lupercus to ensure the increase of flocks and herds. So Merulus wants to confirm whether they must do so. They must remove the decorations from the statues of Julius Caesar. It is no matter. Let no images be hung with Caesar's trophies, Caesar's decorations. I'll about and drive away the vulgar. What is the meaning of vulgar? The common people from the streets. So do you too. What are the two instructions given by Merulus? Number 1, Flavius must go towards the Capitol and he must disrobe the images. So this is number 1. And number 2, he must also drive away the vulgar, the common people from the streets. So do you too, where you perceive them thick in large numbers. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wing will make him fly an ordinary pitch. Who else would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness? This is an example of hyperbole. What is hyperbole? The figure of speech, exaggeration. Deliberately exaggerated statements are said. What is the meaning of this section? Learn this section, prepare this for your reference to the context. If we suppress the people's enthusiasm for Caesar, it will be like pulling feathers from a falcon's wings. It will make him fly only at a normal height, instead of soaring out of sight like a god to keep men like slaves afraid of him. Again, I'll explain this. Here is a comparison. The growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wings, meaning lessening of Caesar's growing popularity and power will make him fly at a normal height. He will behave in a normal manner. who would otherwise fly very high above the view of men and keep us all fearful like being his slaves. Here is a metaphor, and the comparison of Caesar's popularity and power with the wings of a bird continues over here. So, if they do not control the political rise of Julius Caesar, he will soar out of our sight and will make us slaves, always fearful of him. Servile means slave-like attitude. This shows the attitude of Flavius and Marulus towards Julius Caesar. They dislike Julius Caesar because of his political rise, number 1, because of his growing popularity, number 2, and because of his immense power in Rome. सीजर के पंख बढ़ते ही जा रहे हैं और हमें इन पंखों को काटना पड़ेगा और सीजर का ये जो बढ़ता हुआ स्टेचर है उसे कंट्रोल में लाना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो बहुत जल्द सीजर रोम में तानाशाही डिक्टेटरशिप एस्टैब्लिश कर देगा एंड सीजर विल बिकम अ टायरेंट, अ डिक्टेटर, और हम सबको गुलामी की जिंदगी बितानी पड़ेगी। इसीलिए हम लोग जाएंगे और सारे डेकोरेशंस हटा देंगे और जो रोमन पीपल अभी भी घर से बाहर है हम लोग उन लोगों को भी घर में वापस भेज देंगे।